Welcome to the Get It Done podcast, the podcast where I talk to business owners about their business, allowing them to share their business. The goal for the podcast, my prayer for the podcast is that someone that is just simply scared to get up and do the thing, get up to start whatever idea, vision, whatever it is that they have for a business to just get up and do it. Hopefully, they're inspired by something that the guest says, something that I said. Um, I get to talk to a lot of people, and for the most part, the reason why they're not doing it is simply because they are scared. So the goal is to just destroy the spirit of fear from anybody listening to the podcast or watching the podcast. As far as the guests go, I am basically talking to strangers. I'm talking to people that I've never met before, I've never talked to before. For the most part, I've talked to a few people that I did know prior to this. Um, so I'll just go ahead and add today's guest. And what? Hi, Emma. How are you?
Good, nice to
Good.
meet you.
Thank you. Same here.
Mhm.
First, thank you for being flexible about yesterday.
Oh, not a problem.
Okay. So I'll just let you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about your business.
Okay, great. My name is Emma Hetnar, and I recently opened a revitalized spa here in West Seattle. It is a home based business, and I own three pieces of equipment that I used to heal myself with from my own chronic illness. And so now I'm opening that up and offering that service to other people.
Nice. So what services do you offer?
I have three pieces of equipment. I have a vibrational plate, a PEMF or a pulsing electromagnetic frequency mat, and an infrared sauna. People are most familiar with the sauna, but the other pieces are, I can go through them as well if you're interested.
Yes, I want
Oh,
to
yeah, absolutely. So
know.
the vibrational plate, some people may have heard of it. Mine, it goes kind of back and forth. Like if you had a rectangle, it would move this way, and then it's triplanar, so it's like a triangle, and then it moves in those directions. You hold on to the railing and you stand on it, and it kind of exercises your body without having to move. I had a lot of fatigue from my chronic illness, and so it was like allowing my body to move without, I mean, I didn't have the energy to actually exercise. And it's also really great for lymphatic drainage, for muscle toning. So I was able to be active in the best way I could.
Nice. I've seen that probably like a while back where they would put like a belt around like the butt area, and then
Yeah.
is that the same
There's not a belt on this one. You just kind of hold on. But there are different models that
okay,
exist.
but it's the same idea
It
basically.
is the same idea, yeah. And it's
Okay.
actually, I have a lot of people that have chronic illnesses and autoimmune issues that come in. It's especially great for circulation, for people that
Mm,
struggle with circulation.
yes.
The pulsing electromagnetic frequency mat, it's just a really slow electromagnetic frequency that occurs, and it's set at a frequency that helps your body heal at a faster rate. So for me, I had some nerve damage. I was actually able to heal my restless leg syndrome through the use of this mat. And whether it's after surgery, bone, muscle, nerve healing as well, that helps, and it's great for inflammation as well. It's really subtle, like you might feel like a little tingling sensation or a little buzzing, but you're just relaxing and laying on the mat while it does
Nice.
its job.
I love that.
Yeah.
So how did you go from using these modalities to heal you to like, you know what, I'm about to turn this into a business?
Well, I hadn't been able to work for several years, so I was trying to be able to get back into work, but my body had been changed from the illness. And so I couldn't go back to the traditional work that I was doing before. So I was thinking, if I have my own business, I can set my own hours, I can set my own schedule. And that's something I'm really comfortable and familiar with anyway. So, I mean, I already know so much about this from all it's done to help me. So, why not offer this to other people? Because I'm sure there's so many people like myself that would like to have access to this equipment, and maybe that there's something that's preventing them from purchasing it, so they can come in, and then it's a great way to connect with people too.
Yeah. How long have you been in business?
I've just started. I started like right before the holidays, like really late in the fall, which was not a great time to start a spa because
People
everybody's using their money for the
shopping.
holiday and shopping.
Yes.
But it's starting, this spring, it's been starting to pick up, but I'm very much a newbie.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So have you been enjoying it so far, or how's it going?
I love it.
Yeah.
I've loved connecting to people, and while I'm not a medical professional, I love to hear their stories too, because I feel like there's so many people that feel like, especially women lately, that have been struggling with health issues, it's crazy. And so I'm happy to help other women in the community this way. And I also started offering Reiki, so that's also been a really healing experience for me too.
Nice. So do you plan on offering like other services like facials and like massages?
I do not I'm not qualified to offer massages or acupuncture or anything like that. I have another room that I can open up. I was thinking about possibly renting out that space to people that do offer massage or acupuncture, or even I'm trying to get feedback from clients to see what kind of service. Can you hear me?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
You can't?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes. You can't hear me? Try it again.
Okay, I'm back. I did it. Sorry about that.
It's fine, no worries.
Okay, so you said you have a separate room to possibly rent to like a esthetician or a massage therapist.
Yes, I've been thinking about it, and I'm really just trying to get feedback from my own clients to see what kind of services that they would like, whether it's something that I can provide or that I can bring someone else in to use that space.
Nice. I love that. Um, and you say you are in
I'm in
Seattle,
West
right?
Seattle. Yeah.
Okay, nice. I think I do we connect through the Seattle group?
Yes, we did.
I'm in a few Seattle groups, but I've been receiving like a huge turnout for that. So far, what would you say has been the greatest I guess accomplishment since being in business?
I mean, for me, it's personal, right? Because I haven't been able to work for so long, being able to prove to myself that I can get back to work, that this illness has not taken away my life, that I'm able to get it back, that I'm able to start that journey myself and create the space. That's that's probably the biggest accomplishment for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a huge accomplishment to have an idea and like set out and go for it, and then like here it is. That is a huge accomplishment. So you should be proud of
absolutely.
yourself, ma'am.
Thank you.
So who would you say your ideal clientele is?
I mean, like I said, I have other people that have chronic pain, and you don't have to have a chronic illness to have chronic pain, especially as we're all aging. We're all having chronic pain, and people that have autoimmune issues, or I've had chronic Lyme disease. So that's, how I started all of this. So people with Lyme disease as well. Yeah, or just people just looking to enhance their health and wellness in general. I mean, there's benefit for everyone. You don't have to be struggling in order to find benefit here.
Yeah, when you were saying, it just popped in my head when you were saying you had Lyme disease, and I was just like, look at this, like this is how God works. Like He takes like our situations, our sicknesses, and like turns it into our greatest blessing. So,
Absolutely.
um, what is a question if you could, or if you had the opportunity to ask another business owner?
Ooh, I would want to talk to other business owners that are just starting out on how to expand their client base. I have some amazing clients that are coming in, but because it's a private business, I only take one client at a time. I'm not having this high traffic and everyone seeing each other. I mean, it's very specific what I'm doing. And so I would like to know how to really reach other people in the community.
So I have you been building up your Google review page? Like
I
your
have, yeah. I've been
Yeah.
getting some great reviews and been trying to get myself out there on social media. I'm not the best at it. I'm still kind of trying to get in the rhythm of that.
Get in all the groups, like all the
Yes.
local groups, get in those groups and post once a even if you think like you're getting on their nerves or like, oh, they're gonna no, post every single. So I too, like you, I have a studio in my back. I'm an esthetician. So I have a
Hmm.
studio built. It is separate from my house, but it's in my backyard. So it is at my home, like on the
Hmm.
location. And when I first started, and I still do it till this day, I get in those groups and like post once a week. So I'm posting once a week for the podcast, and I'm posting once a week for facials. So that is how do you get your clientele?
I, how do I've actually, I was recently featured in the West Seattle blog and I put up posters, especially in coffee shops. I talked to other local business owners. I am about to do a collaboration to get some more product in the spa. I have like um, some jewelry from a local artist that I'm featuring, but I really want to get some spa products. So I can't quite announce it yet, but I'm happy
It's
to
a
excite.
secret.
Yeah, but my should have a collaboration coming up pretty soon, which is exciting. Um, yeah, and there are several women entrepreneur groups in West Seattle that I'm trying to get more involved in. So I think there's actually a couple meetings this week, which I'm going to go and connect to other women in
Nice.
business.
Yeah, because that's all it is just connecting with people, and everywhere
Hmm.
you go, just telling and talking about whatever it is that you're doing. Is there any I guess other spas in the area that are doing what you're doing?
Not specifically. I mean, there are some infrareds, but I feel like what they also offer is a different service because they offer the cabin, and what I offer is like a wrap. It's called a blanket, but your head is not in it. So my least favorite thing about a sauna is that all the heat rises to the top, and my head gets so hot, and so this your head's not even in it, and
It's just your
because
body.
your body's in it and you're all wrapped up, and it's like a little cocoon, and it is like a more intense sweat and
That
experience, I
actually
think.
sounds comfortable.
It's nice. And I always think when I'm in the sun, I was like, oh, I wish I was laying down. And but this is, I have a little cubby set up, and, it's all beautifully decorated. And yeah, I hope it's a good experience for people.
Nice. I love that. Is there something that you wish you had known prior to starting your business, once you started your business, that could have possibly, I guess, helped?
I'm not sure. One of my good friends, she owns a local business here. And so she's kind of been helping and guiding me and kind of ticking all the boxes along the way. I think just talking to other people that have local businesses has helped me really get prepared in that mindset. Um, but yeah, I mean, my next step really is just to expand um, beyond my regulars and to get the word out.
Oh, I'm super excited about you expanding.
Thank you.
Is there anything that scares you about business?
I mean, I think we're all afraid of failure. I think that's just us as humans. That's what it is. I am, it's kind of like, well, what if people don't want to come or are, I don't know, but I have to let go of that, right? Because it's what I want to be doing as long as I put that energy out that this is what I'm here for, then I think that you put that energy out in the universe and it comes back to you.
Yeah. What would you say your greatest lesson has been from failure?
Hmm. That it's always just a blip, right? It, it's just a temporary moment and everything. You
Mhm.
move past it. It's not, you don't just sit in failure. You experience it and then you move on.
Nice. Yes, I agree. So how have you found so far? Has been probably about a little over 6 months now.
Yeah.
So have you found it a little bit hard to, I guess, create your work-life balance? And if so, how has that
Hmm.
gone?
It's actually been really good for me because I was sick for so long. And now that I'm doing so much better, I haven't had routine in my life. So
Oh,
having the business has been great to get me back into the routine, and I just feel like I'm finding myself again. Um, and it kind of, with the hours that I have, it works fine with, my family, and once work's done, I'm done. So I think it's
yeah.
going pretty well.
What are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for the support of my family that helped me to set this up in the first place. And my friends that are in local businesses that have promoted me and that have helped me to figure out how to get started in the first place.
Yeah. Um, I'm sure it has, but maybe not. Do you think business has changed you at all since you started?
No, I feel like this is kind of who I am and what I've meant to do. I've been wanting to open a business for a very long time, but I was actually very close to starting one right when I moved to Seattle about 10 years ago. But then I got sick right away and it prevented me. So I feel like it's been in the works that I was like, I meant to do this. I want to get started. And so I'm thankful to finally have the opportunity
To do it. Nice.
to make it a reality.
What would you say motivates you?
Oh, I really love connecting to people. And I feel like it's not just a spa where people, I mean, it's lovely to come to a spa and but people heal when they come here. And it motivates me to help be part of someone else's healing journey.
Yeah. Is it so how is it? Is it just by appointment or do you have packages or is it how does
It's
it
by
work?
It's by appointment, and the first appointment is always 90 minutes long. And so it gives me time to connect to the person, to see what their health goals are. And then we go through each piece of equipment together. And I have it on a pretty standard setting for right now, but then at the end of the session, we talk about it, we see what worked, what didn't work. And so I can change the time and frequencies. So it's really catered to each client. It's not, oh, this, you just come in and you do it. So everybody's a little different, and I make notes for each client. So I am ready and prepared right the next time that they come in. And then they can come and change the time. It's $1 per minute. And so if they come in for it, they might just need an hour, or maybe they just want to use one machine at a time. And so they can book based on what their health goals are.
Oh, nice. What made you say, I'm gonna what made you get these machines? Is it just because you were at your appointment and you were like, you know what, I'm gonna buy me one of these? Or how did that?
I actually did some research. There Well, I did find benefit with infrared saunas, and so I was using them. I went to this one spa, and I was using it all of the time, but it was hard for me to go back and forth, and so I was like, I'm just going to get one for
Oh,
myself.
so oh, okay.
But
Nice.
there was another where there was a facility that I was thinking of traveling to, and they actually used hyperthermia, where you like, no, not hypothermia, where you heat your body up to kill the virus. And so I was looking into that, but they also use the PEMF and the vibrational plate along with that. So I got those, and I have a hot tub, but it's not part of the spa.
Wait, so had you when you bought the machine, had you ever used it before or you just read about it?
I just read about it. I
Oh,
researched it,
nice.
and it was, there had been medical research. I mean, especially with the PEMF, there are so many scientific articles that show how beneficial it is, even to people with cancer. They found like with people with breast cancer and people that have surgeries, that is just incredible in their healing process.
Nice. I like love that you were just like, you know what? I'm about to do this. Like, I just love this. Like,
I
um,
have a science mind. I went to school for biology and environmental
okay.
science, and so I like to know the science behind certain technologies. It wasn't just completely random. And so I'm always trying to learn more
Yeah.
about the benefits and how it can help other people.
You're a student at heart.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a learner.
Absolutely.
What would you say would be your most favorite thing about being in business, in your business in particular?
It's really connecting to people. I'm such a people person, and that was probably the hardest part about being sick, is that I was really isolated, that I
Oh,
was
you
alone a
couldn't.
lot of the time. I had to rest so much of the day. And so being able to see people and to connect with them is just, it fills my soul.
Yeah. Yeah, especially in business, that is for sure probably one of the greatest benefits, one of the greatest, like, you have to learn to like adjust to different personality, all these different things. So for me, I've just learned so much, but it's all of our majority of my lessons have come from interacting with different people, from all
Hmm.
these different places and different backgrounds. Do you have children?
I do not have children, but we are raising our niece, our 15-year-old niece. So,
Oh, nice. So she's 15. Maybe about 15 years from now, what would you tell her about this season of life?
oh boy. So
Well,
what advice would I give her when she's 30?
what would you, if she's like, Auntie, remember when I was 15? I don't remember much. Like, can you tell me about that time? Like, what would you
Oh,
have to say to her about that?
um, I feel like she's in this deep learning stage that everything is new. She's learning how to connect with herself and with other people. Um, but I also feel like she's really open to that. And so I would have her reflect on, her openness and her eagerness to learn in this crazy period. Because when you're like 30, sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know what to do next. And to kind of open that and to be back to that, like your childlike self, to be open to learning, to open to connection, I think that would be a great benefit.
Nice. Is she into the business at all? Like, is she like
Um,
interested in like all the ins and outs and all the things that you're doing
She is curious. She actually talked to one of her teachers to have a poster put up in the teacher conference room. She wanted
on the
like
lounge?
her friends to come in. I was like, no, this isn't for kids,
Like,
for
tell
like
their
to come
parents
in,
to come
right?
in. How
So,
funny. That is hilarious.
but I love that she wants me to succeed. So she's out
Yeah, she's like,
here
I'm trying to
trying to
help.
promote.
Right. How funny. That is so cute. And it is even a good thing because most teenagers, especially girls, they're like usually like kind of closed off to the adults that they're around. So the fact that she's open and trying to help and communicating and all that, I love that.
Yes.
Um, is there anything that you haven't done that you would like to do?
Ooh. Um, I think because I'm just getting started, I'm kind of still figuring it out. I would like to open up that second room eventually, and I don't think it's been set in stone for what that's going to be. So I'm like really excited to see how the business evolves.
Yeah. And even if whatever you do, that also just brings in another load of clientele, like whatever you decide to pick. And that's
Absolutely.
awesome that you have a space for another room.
Yeah.
Um, what is something that you would hope people would gain from being around you?
Ooh. That it's like, whoa, that's a deep one.
That's a people person question.
um, I don't know. I just try to meet people where they are, and I try and be accepting of who they are. I don't know if I always succeed, right? But I Wait, can you ask me one more time the
So
question?
what is something that you would hope people would gain from being around you, whatever the gain is?
I mean, I hope they feel safe and that they feel comfortable. I try and create that space so that people can come as they are, not just to the spa, but just people I meet in my daily life.
Yeah. Do you think personal branding is important in business?
I do. And that's actually something that I think I need to be better at. That I've done, posts and things like that with, quotes and information on the spa, but I really need to insert myself more in my posts because I am the spa, right? I mean, it is the
you're
equipment, but I am the
you're
one
the
that you're
face.
interacting with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't just offer these services. I truly believe in them because they've helped to heal me.
Yes. So what do you have a plan set to for your social media?
I just need to get up the nerve and be able to feel comfortable with being in front of the camera. It is not easy.
You're in front of the camera now.
I know. And so you're helping me with that confidence. Maybe right after this, I'll make a
This is
post.
practice, yes. So, one of my best friends, she's also in business. We were on the phone yesterday for about a little over 3 hours, and I was just like, we need to do a powwow every week, once a week. And so yesterday what we did was we just wrote down everything. We wrote down our social media plans, content
Mhm.
ideas, plans for growth, all the ways that bring, I mean, all the avenues that we have that bring in money, just all these different things. So this week, well, for the next 2 months, the goal is to post every 2 hours. And I'm just like, well, every two
What?
hours, right? But up until my last post alarm goes off at 6 o'clock.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, so today was the first day. It wasn't bad because what I did was before I went to bed last night, I just edited a bunch of videos, and then I just added music to them. I may do a few voiceovers later. But it wasn't bad, but it's for sure work. But it's just something that we gotta, I guess, stay mindful of.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, it
love
is
that.
not like my second nature is not to post things on the internet. I have to really think about it.
Me too.
I,
Well, when I first started, that's how it was. I was not before business. When I had a 9 to 5, I had social media, but I was never on it, like ever.
mhm.
And then once I went to esthetician school, and I noticed like all the girls were like on social media and posting, and I'm like, you know what? When I get out of here, I'm gonna have to have some clientele. So I
Yeah,
kind of like, I guess, paid more attention to social media. But it's been up ever since then. Like I've been on it as much as I possibly can.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so you can do it. Um, the goal for the podcast is that, I mean, I know you heard the intro, but the goal for the podcast is that at some point, whoever's listening, whoever's watching,
Hmm.
that they are, if there is a fear for them to start the business, but hopefully they can hear something that you said, that I said, that would get them up to just get the thing done. Is there any advice you would give to the girl or to the guy that is watching, that is just simply scared to do the thing?
Uh, I mean, it seems like cliche, but like believe in yourself. Believe that you can do this, right? It's really getting over it. Your fears and your own self is what gets in the way. And so get out of your own way, believe that you got this, and see where it takes you.
Period. Emma, it has been a great pleasure speaking with you. Is there anything that we did not go over that you would like to share? Any questions? Anything you'd like people to know?
I mean, you should come. You should come to Revitalize Spa. I'm in Highland Park in West Seattle.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I will send you, once everything's all done, I'll send you all the links to this episode.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Talk to you soon. Episode 57. I am always excited, inspired to talk to people that like in Emma, she had a situation, and she decided to turn that situation into a good thing, into a blessing, into a business. And it is an exciting thing, and an exciting journey to go on, especially at the beginning. The beginning of a thing for me is always my favorite. The beginning of a relationship, the beginning of a business, the beginning of any venture that we start out on, it's always exciting because it's new, it's fresh. And as far as a business, like, we get to pick and choose what we want, what we don't want, how we want to raise our baby, how we want to create the thing, the idea of whatever it is that we're doing. So super excited for her. If you are a business owner and you would like to share your business, I would love to talk to you. I would love to have you on. Message me on whatever platform you are watching or listening to this on, or you can send me a text message at 310-908-0468. If you are a male business owner, I am even more willing to talk to you, because out of 57 episodes, I think I talked to two men, two, maybe three men. So where the guys at? Like, I'm still looking for guys. I had one guy scheduled earlier today, but we had to, I guess he had something else in his schedule, so we have to reschedule. But I'm still looking forward to that. I was excited once he signed up. Um, but don't forget to thank God for your blessings. Don't forget to say your prayers. Don't forget to take care of your skin. Have a good day. I will be back tomorrow. I have a couple podcasts scheduled tomorrow. So talk to you later. Bye.